Hello, I thought I'd do a quick video on the alternator change on a VZ Commodore. It's an LS1 and the alternator crapped out. We've got this guy here from Auto 8, the 5-year warranty on it, and I've just unboxed it and they've given me a whole spec sheet, which is pretty cool. It's a test sheet on it, so yeah, I'll go ahead and install it. One thing to note, the VZ has that RP120 plug, not the RP119 like the VY or VT to VY. So VZ's its own animal when it's a 5.7 LS1. I guess it's the same for the 6 litre. Probably 6 litre on VEs, 6.2s, things like that too. So, but they changed to that plug, so don't get caught there. Okay. So first of all, remove the radiator cover. Off. Box coming out. What a stupid clip this is. Now this is a stupid clip. You've got to pull half the clip. How the... I'll beat it. How? Oh, well, that'll do. That'll work. Whoa, righto. Oh, airbox out. Out. Okay, you can probably stay there. I'll do these racing hoses twice. Blue ones, right, top red hose. I tried taking it out before with the top red hose on, and what a pain in the butt. What a pain in the butt. So I'm taking the top hose of the radiator off, and something told me last time I did it, been that Chinese one in a week ago, that don't worry about the coolant, just put water in for now, make sure everything's alright. Glad I did. I would have wasted some money on coolant. So this guy can go there, this guy go there. I'll plug the fans. Oh man, you wouldn't have thought they'd come out already. Come on. There you go. Alright. Fan is ready to come out. Got these funny little clips. One there. And the fan comes out. Righto, now we've got that out. Let's undo the battery. Last thing we want is a bit of a fireworks and spark fest going on. Move the negative, that'll do. Sweet as. Okay, now. Cool, it's a 15mm. whip that belt off the water pump. Done is done. So as you can see, there's our alternator on the bottom, and a bit of a prick of a place to get to, but been there before. Oh, another little neat trick. Well, bad trick from Holden, which is Australia GM. That's the computer for the engine, ECU, right next to the exhaust. And so how do we stop cooking it? We put a heat shield, a bit of masonite with some reflective astronaut shit on it, and we stop the ECU there from cooking from the exhaust. Fantastic. But there is a bolt down there. There he is. There. And we need to get to him. As you can see, the alternator that turned up before, I had to bush it out with some. I've got 3 washers on there, and they worked fine. I doubt the washers made what was the problem there. So righto. So whip Mr. Fan off. There we go. Keep as much of the serpentine sorted as we can, and I'll get into him. Oh, I'll follow this wire down, and this is the wire. As you can see, there, RP120 plug, and it started on this model. So even though it's the end of the motor, end of the line for the motor, the LS1 in these cars, it's the beginning of fucking the future of plugs and other stuff. So just watch that. Also a note as well, if you're doing the starter motor, they have a round fitting on it for the terminal rather than a spade. So another thing to watch out for. Okay, so these are the alternators. That's the original one that came out. And then we have, this is the Chinese one here that's I've just taken out to replace that. Lasted 3 days. You can see where the battery goes. See it's a tan. It's tan and it's just round. The genuine one's got a cutout. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got a cutout through there for the wire, so it runs in the right spot. Now this is the new one from Auto 8, and they've got the same thing. They've got a cutout, and it's black and tan here. Oh, I just hope it works. I don't know what the snout thing is here, but it's got a rubber. It's got like a rubber do-free, and well, it's sitting in the right spot anyway. So hopefully it doesn't hit the fan. That's all we need. It shouldn't do. They must know. All right, let's install. Oh, before I start, I just wanted to show you what we've got. So we've got the 3 bolts there. 3 bolts at 15 mil socket for those 3 bolts. The nut on the back is a 12 mil, and you also when that's 15 mil there too for that pulley to loosen the belt, and obviously 10 mil on the battery. So not many tools needed at all to do the swap. I did forget to mention, cannot start these little projects without a cold snack or sex. Fantastic. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, I just want to show you, I've dropped the alternator down, and the first thing I've done is connected the power wire there, and buttoned her up, and we'll put the rubber cap back on, and because you'll never get to it otherwise. That's the last and first thing you should do when you're changing, and that's hence why we took the old battery off, because that's live, and shooting sparks and fireworks around on a car with a computer is no good. But these old girls back in the day, not a problem. You'd take the power wire off and Oh, it's great fun. Alright, carry on. Take 2. Okay, so she's in. She's in there, snug. A bit of a snout on her. Anyway, I don't know what that's for, but that's all good. That's all good. And I'm just about to plug in my RP20 and put R2D2's face mask back on for the heat shield, and plug the rest up. Yeah, bolted in, 3 bolts. You can do it without jacking the car up. You don't need to go underneath, which is great. Okay, now Mr. White. Now the reason they went to this plug is because it's all regulated from the computer, and all the earlier ones had a different way of charging and regulating, yada yada. So okay, so I've got it all buttoned up, everything's plugged in, the heat shield's back on, and serpentine belts on, and batteries connected. Okay, so much easier to do with those fans out, doing those serpentine belts. It's great, and it's actually not a big deal getting those fans out. Once you've done it a couple of times, oh, comes old hat. Alright, let's get that back in, and we'll get the airbox and everything connected and the radiator back up and fire up and make sure she's charging. Alrighty. Alright, so the fans are back in, top radiator hose is back on, and always remember, put back the old plug for the radiator, because you'll be keen on going for a skid and you'll wonder why your motor starts to overheat. So that little trick there, it's easy, so easy to forget, putting that thing on. Righto, what do we got now for the airbox? Righto, so it's the airbox. Somehow up in there. So, oh, there we go, just like that. Just like that. You're on there. Did it. It's on. Alright. Quick nip up of that. Ching ching. And this crazy guy, PCV valve, blower sucker, whatever, in there and in there. Put Mr. Cover back on. Yeah, Mr. Cover's on. Right. Actually, before I put that on, let's do the old water filling. And don't forget, you want a high performance water bottle, something that won't leak. So I go for the sulfuric acid bottle. Absolutely wonderful. I just put some water in. Great bottles. They'll never leak. If they can hold sulfuric acid, they'll hold H2O. Look at that. That's enough till we get her up and running anyway. Right. Oh. Here we go. Here we go, wish me luck. before I start, I've put the battery on for the first time. Now it's an electronic throttle body. So the key hasn't been on yet. So what you want to do, the first time you connect your battery again, you want to click the key to on. Put your foot flat to the ground for about 5 seconds, whatever. Lift it up, turn the key off, start. That way the computer knows where wide open throttle is. It'll start and idle properly and be ready to go. Good, and I can hear the charging sound of the alternator, so that's good. I'll take you to the dash where we can see the voltage. Okay, so here we are inside the car, and what we got to do here is hold down the mode and the set button, then turn the key on. You can even start the car, which I will. I'll start the car from there. Okay, so there we go. It comes up with, hopefully you can see that, just comes up with some version. Now I'll hit the mode button. It's the part number for the computer. Switch voltage. It's always around 498. I don't really know any more about that. Battery voltage 14.1. Now I've been driving to work for the last week and having to charge the battery every night, and that has been telling me 11.6 every day. So it's nice to see 14.1. Give it a rev. We're up to 3,000. Okay. That's good. 14.1 to 14.3. Happy days. Alright, we have a nice charging alternator. And hopefully you learned something. You know, I've been doing this for a little while. I want people to be able to do this themselves. So it didn't take that long. I've been dicking around. And I reckon it's taken me about, it would have taken me half an hour. Alright. If you haven't done it before, it's going to be an hour. Okay, so she's all done. She's all done. The water has gone down. It was overflowing. It means the thermostat's cracked open. I'm going to top her off, cap back on, and she's all done. I'll keep her idling. I'll give her some revs. Just make sure those fans come on. Then I can button her down, and she's good to go. Okay. See you